Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are continuing the Western Roman Empire campaign in Barbarian Invasion. And at the moment we are entering a new phase in the campaign as the northern border is about to be secured. And we have almost crushed the rebels and we can shift our attention to the Berbers and try to take care of them. But we have a new threat, namely the Goths, who are on rampage on our area. And it seems they have 4 different generals and or 4 different stacks in their horde. And that's going to be a problem. So let's hope that Aquincum will hold against them. We need to utilize the walls to the best of our ability, and at the same time we need to start to build our defenses elsewhere in the empire, especially in Ravenna, Rome and Mediolanum. And I guess these troops will move towards Ravenna. And as our monetary situation is pretty decent, I think we will do some construction work as well, especially to boost the finances here. And let's see if we can keep Tara in order, at least initially. Oh, it's quite decent city. So we may be able to construct some troops there as well to support us. We can raise taxes in Eburacum. The public order is good enough. I guess it should be improving still. Maybe at some point. And let's see if Avaricum will stay in line. I guess it will. But we need to improve the public order. Maybe Academy will be a good choice as it also decreases corruption. Let's see about Tarraco. How the shipwright would affect. Plus 200, minus 50 to corruption. And the mines plus 150 and about 50 to corruption. So let's, and trader some 50, of which 15 to corruption. I think we will build the ship right here. And let's see about Carthage Nova. What's up? Okay, there is a ship right already. And I guess we can raise taxes a bit. I guess no further buildings there. It's about Corduba. Are the mines? Okay, they are providing quite decent income, so let's build mines +1, and I think the rest of the money should be saved for troop training. And we can besiege Salamantica, and it shouldn't be too difficult to capture. And here, of course, the Berbers are causing troubles, and I guess we need to make at least some Swivelite. So we need to make at least some units to keep up the public order, and let's hope that this guy will slow the enemies down a bit further. Let's see about Syracuse. So we are improving the public order bit by bit, but I guess that trader won't be good. Shipwright, that would be quite decent, but I guess that will have to wait for next turn. And maybe we can raise taxes a bit. And Salona is having maximum amount of taxes. What about the mines here? How much they will provide? 600. That's staggering. So, I think we will forego the ship right there and build the mines in Salona. And then for troops in Rome, let's build comitatenses, Ravenna, also comitatenses, or comitatenses, how do you pronounce that? And maybe some peasants in Mediolanum. Can we actually train some cavalry here? Yes, we can. And archers as well. I think in defensive battles archers are superior. And can we train troops here? No, we cannot. So we will go with that. And let's see if we can raise some taxes in Augusta Trevororum. Apparently not. And maybe a archer unit in Colonia Agrippina is not a bad idea. So, I guess we have a turn. And let's see what the Goths are up to. We have 5,500. Londinium is growing, which means we need to construct the governor's palace there. And let's take the money for it right now. Mediolanum has a shipyard, maybe barracks, so that the city can produce limitane. Is a good idea. And then are the mines here? Okay, they are kind of normal. What about Massilia? There's quite a bit of squalor. I think let's make 1 unit of peasants to keep up the public order. Here the situation is under control. I think we should use the lists. So Syracuse and Purdicala is going to cause troubles. And the problem here is at least some taxes, which we can lower. And then is the port beneficial here? Doesn't bring that much benefits for us, so let's forego that. And is Buracum, it should be getting better public order. And if we can recruit a mercenary unit here, which we cannot, maybe we could actually bring some additional troops, for example this archer unit, so we can capture the city a bit faster. And where are the Berbers? One army there, and it seems they have combined the forces. So Carthage could most definitely use some additional fighting troops. And Syracuse could benefit from the chapel here. So we could get the religious order back a bit sooner. Rome can produce still more units. And Ravenna as well. I think we will use at least some of the units will be limitane. And let's see about Colonia Agrippina. It's doing okay. And the Goths have made some siege equipment. And I think barracks here for limitane is a decent choice as well. So, I think we have a turn. And it seems the Berbers are advancing. Hopefully we can tie their troops here. And I as our armies grow, they take up more and more of financial resources. And it seems we need to build these 2 buildings to keep up the public order. Fortunately, Carthage has completed the Imperial Palace. And I guess we will move the retinue for this guy, so they will be more useful that way. And I think the Carthage large stone walls will provide adequate protection there. And let's bring the archers a bit forward. In Ravenna, I think we will raise taxes, especially as it causes population decrease. So basically we will gain some public order back pretty soon. And let's not forget to move the archers. And we have a turn. Okay. The first Gothic army is attacking us. Quite a bit of horse archers, and there will be a similar sized army still waiting for its turn. I think the best result here would be that we can kill the enemy generals and rout the army, and most likely the enemy will besiege us again. And okay, they have some siege equipment here as well. So I think we should stay in the middle of the city in defensive formation and wait for the enemy to come to us. And actually it seems they can come from any direction. So let's put the Foderati infantry always on the right side, so the missiles from Limitane will fly from the right direction. And then I guess this will be a route they will take. So let's put the comitatenses here. And I guess these 2 peasant units will have to guard this area here. The general and the cavalry in the middle. And the archers to provide fire support, and the priests, even though we don't need to increase morale, but they will increase it nonetheless. So let's see how we do fare. At the very least, we have to cause major casualties for the enemy here. Because if we don't manage to do that, they will have too much strength when they attack the Italy. I think the Goths are heading for Italy. So we will be unable to hold them there, and we will start losing important cities. And that will wreak havoc for our finances, and that in turn will wreak havoc on our ability to keep up the pace in the game. So it's crucial to hold the Goths here, or at least slow them seriously down.
The enemy are at the walls with their siege. fires have reached the walls, but Roman
And
steel
let's
will
hope
keep
that
the
the
enemy
other enemy army cannot get in on its own. There seems to be a bug here, which works pretty well for our benefit. So if they have to circle around the whole city, many towers can shoot them, and we can move our troops into a better position in the city center. As you can see, the enemy has already taken casualties, but okay, it's 4%.
Look to the inner defenses.
So we have lost a tower, but they could take the gateway now so that they can come in, and the other army can start to circle around. Okay, I guess they are entering now, and the other army started the circling maneuver there. It would be nice if the enemy cavalry could trample their own troops, but I don't think that's possible in this game. So let's hope that these towers get some decent shots off. At least some units are going down there. Here as well. And I guess the real battle will begin soon. Hopefully, at least some of these units will try to circle around, so some of the towers could get a couple of shots off. That's missile cavalry. Hopefully they will engage instead of starting to fire at us. And the towers are still shooting here. I think even if we manage to beat all the other enemies, we won't move out to engage these, because that would cause some additional casualties, so we may have to wait for the battle to end. And the enemy casualties are starting to pile up, bit by bit. And it seems the Goths have taken that tower as well. So hopefully they will try to come this way. And is here a bug as well. But at least they are in the range of that tower, which is beneficial for us. And some other units are going this way around and also taking casualties. And it seems this tower also gets a couple of shots off and can actually kill something. Nice. So the enemy has lost 1/10 of its strength. I think the army for the enemy is quite big here, so that makes that triple speed almost useless. So I think we need to use the normal speed. And at least one enemy unit is routing already. Excellent. And some heavy infantry incoming. I think it's wise to directly control these archers. And actually it may be a necessity to use the cavalry to charge the heavy infantry here. Okay, they're breaking. Good. Let's chase them down so that they won't be coming back. Let's see if we can take care of these horsemen with the same go. And I guess the archers here can stop firing. What are these doing? Likely engaging enemy spearmen, of course. But not to do that. And likely the general is here somewhere. Well, fortunately not. So, quite a few spearmen coming this way. So here is some missile cavalry. Let's try to take them down. And the enemy has sustained 25% casualties while we have taken 3%. Looking pretty good. And let's hope our light cavalry here is up to the task. They are. Excellent. And I don't think that those enemies will be coming back anytime soon, at least. Let's see if a couple of volleys will do any good here. They are so clumped up that it's practically impossible to miss the shots. Okay, they're breaking. Excellent, and I think the light cavalry actually... One light cavalry unit is enough to take them down. And we have some more missile cavalry incoming. And I guess that's enough. The main cavalry push, I think, will be needed here pretty soon. Let's bring in the comitatenses. To help a bit, there is quite a concentration of enemy infantry here. Okay, some of the enemies are starting to rout. And I guess we need to take a couple of shots on these horsemen. And let's see if the cavalry can break the enemy here. Okay, they're breaking. Good news. And the light cavalry can take care of them. And is it so that majority of the troops here are routing? Let's push the point through with cavalry. And the balance of power is starting to look a bit better for us. And it seems one enemy unit was able to flank us. Some chosen warriors. So I guess we need to send in the comitatenses to help there. And you guys can go back to the center. And we need to hold our horses before those towers can get a good shot at us. Of course, it would be a bit tempting to push right through, but I think it's time to head back to the middle. And as you can see, the peasants are... Okay. Actually, it seems the archers are doing the damage here. And these are breaking and being destroyed. And we have another unit of chosen warriors. So let's try to break them as well. Done. broken and destroyed. And the comitatenses come back here. And some units still coming. And the enemy has lost 2/3 of its power. So basically, who are you guys and what are you doing? It seems this is some kind of elite hit squad trying to engage the enemies here. So far so good. But you actually should be with the rest of the unit. But if you can break this barbarian unit, that's fine by me. And quite a few of their units are actually fleeing the battlefield altogether. Someone is shooting at these. So do we have another unit of missile cavalry going somewhere here? Yes. So before they can cause any further damage, let's take them down. Okay, good. Actually, maybe we should send some unit to try to take back those towers. That might actually be quite beneficial for us. And here, of course, the tower is doing decent damage. Maybe we could bring in some archers to help finish the job. And here, if we let the enemy keep the gateway, but capture these 3 towers, that might actually work pretty well for us. So let's bring these guys on the top of the wall. And I think we don't need the archers here anymore. So let's bring them here. One unit of spearmen is about to engage us here. And the battle is joined. I think a cavalry charge. Okay, they are breaking. So no need for the whole cavalry. And still a couple of units at least going in here somewhere. Infantry only. So that's a good news for us. And our troops here should be pretty soon in position. unfortunately it seems that the enemy is not committing their generals to the battle, at least for now. That's one of the reasons why the archers are here. So I guess if these ladders can get to the walls, the enemy infantry here would start to move. Of course, the archers here aren't that effective, but at least they will do some damage. And the only damage we can do here will make our next fight a bit easier. And let's bring these archers to the middle. And I guess this cavalry unit as well. And as they engage here, I think we are ready to move out with the cavalry. And actually here we must be careful not to enter into battle with the enemy infantry. Okay, and the battle is about to begin, and I think the enemy will break. Okay. And they have been taken care of. And what's the situation here? Okay, they took quite heavy casualties. And now it's time to enter the city square. And I think here as well, these will break before the fighting actually starts. Okay. We caused a couple of casualties. And we need to avoid that tower. And how okay, they got wiped out. So I guess the enemy has... What if we capture the gateway here? Would that force the enemy to make a move on the other side? Because I would really like to engage these warlords on our terms here. Because if we cannot destroy even one of them, then all of them will band together eventually. They cannot capture cities, but they are extremely difficult to beat. As there may be maybe 10 bodyguard units in one battle. So we have taken back all of the towers here. The battle will last 3 more minutes. And I guess this will be the result here. So, the enemy has lost 3/5 of their units as casualties. And we lost some 1/4. Pretty okay trade. I think we can hold the next siege, which will likely be pretty much similar. So we are in pretty good position to hold the Goths at our doorstep eventually. So the inner provinces will have time to prepare for next battles. So we have some 1,500 men remaining, and the enemy took 4,500 as casualties. And I guess most of the casualties were caused by cavalry and the towers. Yeah, okay. Good victory. I can agree that it was a heroic victory. And actually the Goths are moving away, so we have time to replenish and train some new troops there, which is excellent news. of course... Okay, Vandals are attacking the Eastern Roman Empire. And here are the remnants of that battle. So if we can combine some of the troops here, that will make the retraining a bit easier. And it is a priority here. And I think 1 unit of archers is quite beneficial here. And let's train a Limitane here. And of course some financial building would be very good for us. Colonia Agrippina is about to rebel, and the reason is, I guess, population growth. So let's make a couple of peasant units more, and let's see actually the other cities as well. What's the situation? Okay, Avaricum is problematic. Maybe we should lower the taxes there. And do we have some cheap alternatives available? Or maybe if we can perform a successful assault here. So some Foderati cavalry, missile units, and enemy faction leader. I think that will need to wait for one more turn, because then this will become the faction leader and the battle will be more difficult. So the financial strain should help a bit next turn. And hopefully we can take down the rebels, because their fleets are becoming a bit problematic for us. Okay, this is actually pretty good. So let's make it here. Or the trader there. And then we are ready for next turn. Okay, we can trade with the Roxolani. And with Burgundy as well. Everything that brings something to our coffers is good. Time to drop the rams, and actually the positioning here is absolutely terrible. We should have been here, ready to take advantage of the enemy coming bit by bit. But let's see if our cavalry could make something out of the situation still. And then with the comitatenses we need to be careful not to get shot by those enemy towers. And this Limitane will be a problematic unit. I think the general can charge first. And let's hope that we can break. Okay, the enemy general is maybe somewhere here as well. Let's break the another peasant unit. And let's bring the infantry here to help out as well. And they are actually not breaking. Okay, finally. And let's take care of the final peasants here and see if we can break those limitane as well. And let's not tire these comitatenses more. We need to face the enemy general rather soon. And the limitane are breaking, and we can move here to give the units some rest, and then we need to face the enemy general. And where are you guys going? And we are about to be attacked. I think pretty soon. Yes. And time to move in with the rest of the units. And this is the make it or break it battle. Let's actually try to flank the enemy general a bit. So far looking so good. So if only our own general will survive, I think the battle is ours. And it's ours. Okay, now the only problem is that some of those enemy units will rally. And especially that bodyguard. So we cannot break them all at once, it seems. Let's see if we can follow them in and actually manage to win the battle here. So the enemy has 9 bodyguards and 3 peasants. Let's give these units a bit of a rest and then finish the job here. Okay. And the city is ours. And hopefully the public order will be high enough so that the city will actually stay as ours. And Cordoba is having a plague. That's unfortunate because we have a good governor there. And let's see about Dalraida. Maybe we will be able to hold it. Some cultural penalties. Let's try to keep it. And is this governor? He's pagan, so that's problematic. We should bring him to take charge of the province if he has high enough influence. I guess not. So we have to do with what we have at the moment. And Aquincum is looking pretty well at the moment. And I'm somewhat concerned of the cities here. So we need to make some more troops. I guess archers will be beneficial for us. And then I think, okay, let's see about the situation in Carthage. So the enemy will come in pretty soon, and let's check the cities that everything is going fine. Londinium is building a governor's, is it governor's palace or whatever it is. Samaropriva. Let's improve the public order a bit, and Talrida of course is problem there. And in Tarraco, if we would build, okay, let's build the ship right there. At some point we need to start taking care of these brigands roaming the lands here, but first we need to deal with the Goths. They have 2.5 full army still that we need to take care of. And like the Sarmatians will flee pretty soon, and Vandals are already somewhere there. So the situation is looking pretty grim, but this far we have survived pretty well. I think that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That will help a great deal. You can also share this video to someone you think might like it, and you can also post comments and tips about tactics or strategies I should utilize. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Games out.